body. Got my pink shirt on. You know, had to go do that breast mammogram. Yes, honey. Well, we here to talk about Diddy, child. While I work, okay? We are here to talk about Diddy. I just need some chips in my system. I can continue to work. Child, let me tell y'all something. While we wait for sentencing, let me tell y'all what Curtis 50 Cent Jackson did. That man is petty. And he takes petty to another level. I'm talking about real petty. And I'm not going to eat like this all alive all the time, you know. I'm hungry. I've been running around all morning. So while we wait for sentencing, okay. Because I hate when people be online and they be eating. That shit is corny to me. So let me not do that. But I did want to come here and tell y'all what Curtis did. I wanted to do it last night, but I fell asleep because it happened yesterday. And Curtis, 50 Cent Jackson, is petty, right? And he is a marketing genius, I tell you. He's a marketing genius, okay? Very smart man. Very smart man. Let me tell y'all something. Do y'all know that 50 Cent wrote a letter to the judge? Girl, listen, that's what I said, y'all. I said, oh no, not 50. That's exactly what I said. Oh no, not 50. So let me go to this letter that 50 Cent wrote the judge, y'all. If y'all ain't hear about it, it's the funniest thing on the internet. I'm just telling y'all what I know. Okay? We are here talking about Diddy sentencing, and baby, I heard it went down in the courtroom. That's what I heard. Little birdie was calling me, telling me while I was at my doctor's appointment today. Ladies, please go get your breast mammogram. It is breast cancer awareness month. Early detection is the best detection. Please go get your mammograms. Please, 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 please. What else I wanted to tell y'all? Because I'm working. Because we're going to get into 50 Cent letter. I don't know what you wrote because they wouldn't even let you let that go through. But anywho, um, yes, I have on my pink shirt. I had on another pink shirt in my reel on my page, on my channel. You can go look at it. Let's see what Lawyer for Works is talking about real quick before I go to this letter, child.
This morning is that of the 900 Mann Act cases, there's a defense lawyer who said, I've read all 900 Mann Act cases out there. A lot of these cases, I think it sounds like almost the majority of these cases result in downward departures from the guidelines. We heard horrible cases of people paying for sex with 14-year-olds. Paying for sex with 14-year-olds, that guy got 18 months. Okay, the averages on these Mann Act cases is like 18 months, 24 months. Many, many people get a year. When you hear the testimony of the children, when you hear that this man has a 2-year-old, that his wife died, that their mother died, that his father died, and you find out that he's never been convicted of a crime, and you hear that, and when you hear all that, for these charges to give him more than 13 months and keep him from his family and continue to take his freedom, what is the system?
Now, that was for Lawyer for Works. I love him. He's in the Bronx. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. We're talking about the Diddy trial and the Diddy sentencing. All the kids were in court today. King Combs, I heard, was crying, and he stood up and he spoke for his father. And a lot of people was crying in the courtroom. Even that I have Diddy's that was Diddy lawyer in the thumbnail that I have when you click on to the live. That's his lawyer. Now, the reason why I have her in my thumbnail is because she too was crying in the courtroom, which is weird to me. The whole thing with her representing Diddy is because my thing is with her. If you representing Diddy, how are you represent? It blows mine a little bit because, excuse me, she too was a victim of assault in the music industry. Allegedly. It's paperwork out there. Y'all can go and Google it for yourselves. My thing is though, you're standing up and I get it. They here's the thing, what they did. Let me tell y'all what they did in this courtroom. His defense team is working overtime. They pulled out on a screen, they played a video of Kim Porter and how they used to be and all in love, and even down to her funeral, y'all. I'm going to say it one more time because I don't think y'all hear me. Even down to her funeral, they rolled this beautiful beam footage of them being so in love and with the kids, and Diddy's with his kids and the twins when they were babies and all of the kids. And, Diddy spoke for himself and how he changed people's lives and how he was the first black man to have a clothing line, and and he changed people's lives and how he put people on and how he helped people start businesses. This is Diddy we're talking about. Now here's the thing. I come from the era where we watched Making the Band. So my thing is, I seen when you make them kids walk to Brooklyn for the cheesecake and stuff. So, and here's the thing about Making the Band. Do you see anybody from Making the Band over there? If you change people's lives, here's the thing. You doing all of this, everybody's speaking for you. You got Carisha writing letters. Like she's writing 4-page letters. She's in love and he treated me and did this for me and my career and blah, blah, blah. Then you have the other lady, I forget her name, writing letters. Then you got the victims writing letters. Cassie wrote a letter. This one wrote a letter. But let's get into what 50 Cent said, because I found this to be hilarious. I'm sorry, out of all the letters, 50 Cent is petty. I'm just telling y'all what I know.
What should happen here?
Now, let's go to this man's letter, because my thing is, Curtis is funny, okay? I'm just telling y'all what I know. And I'm going to read it in true Curtis fashion, because he's just a hoot. I had to read it 3-4 times because I kept laughing. Me and my daughter was like, did he just write that? Like, are you serious, Curtis? I keep trying to tell y'all, Diddy petty. 50 Cent is petty. Okay? I've been telling everybody, like, he's a petty genius, though. That's what I like about 50 Cent. He's petty, but he's a genius. And I'm going to tell you why he's a genius. Because I was like, did he just do that? And I found it to be weird, but this is Diddy. This is 50, and yes, he did just do that. So let me tell you what he said. I got to get my laughs out real quick because I'm going to break this down. This is funny. This is the funniest letter. Out of all the letters, this is the funniest, most pettiest, most marketing letter I ever heard of. And it's promoting his business at the same time. This is a letter to the judge that 50 Cent wrote, y'all. 50 Cent writes, Dear Judge. It's already funny because this is 50 Cent. Dear Judge, I have an ongoing dispute with Puffy for over 20 years. I can't. I have an ongoing dispute with Puffy for over 20 years. He called them Puffy, not Diddy, not Sean Combs, none of that. Not the bad boy executive CEO. No, he called him Puffy. Okay, let's get that right on out there. That's just the first line. He is very dangerous. Multiple times I feared for my life. 50, 50, 50, 50. When did you ever fear for your life? 50. When it come to Puffy. Not 50 Cent, many men. Not you, Curtis. I know you fucking lying. But let's keep going. I think you should consider the safety of the general public. That's the only line that sounds good right there. The general safety of the public. Let's keep going. Your Honor, before you unleash him like he a dog or something, like he's an animal. Before you unleash him upon them, not the public, upon them. Before you unleash him upon them. I hate 50 Cent. He really be tickling my soul inside. Let's keep going. Now, this is 50 Cent letter. Whoever is coming into the chat, this is 50 Cent letter that he wrote to the judge. I'm breaking it down line by line because 50 Cent is crazy. He said, before you release him onto the public, onto them, there hasn't been enough time for him to reform or make any adjustments. That's another line that I can agree with. He has not reformed anything. Now, he's been in jail maybe almost a year. I don't want to misquote it or nothing like that. Yes, 50 Cent is very petty. But I do agree with 50 that I feel like he needs a little bit more time. But let's keep going because 50, it gets pettier, if that's the word. Despite him trying to teach classes in there, so basically saying he ain't teaching nobody nothing in there. Because, you know, today, Diddy got up in front of the courtroom and said that he stopped gang violence inside the jail shaft. Yes, he did. I swear to you not, he lied to that judge face today. Oh, I stopped gang violence. Yeah, in the jail. That he ain't really been in you ain't even been there 2 years. How you stop gang violence, puppy? Not the one that strangles people, allegedly. Not the one that did all the things that they said that you did in the trial, all things alleged. But you so reformed that you stopped the gang violence in a whole jail. One of the ruthless jails in New York City. I know that jail, not personally, but I know people that work there, buddy. You ain't stopped no gang violence. I know this. And I know your whereabouts in said jail. Because the people done been telling me. And you ain't stopped nothing. Anywho, I'm with like stop it. Let me read your comments. Yeah, he didn't stop gang violence. Listen, when you know people, you know. And I know people that correctional officers in that jail. You ain't stopped nothing. What you need to do is look around the corner before you know. You need to peek around the corner before you bend that corner because, anywho, like I said, I be knowing stuff. But you ain't stopped no gang violence, okay? And since you've been there, how many classes have you taught on the business and things of that nature? Listen, Linda, it would have to be some serious paperwork and pictures. I could not be a CEO. See, CEOs, you can't use your CEOs. You can't. I said CEOs. COs, correctional officers, they can't use their phones on the job. But that's one I would have to make an exception and go take a picture of him teaching that class because what you talking about, Fluffy? We watched you try to teach the band how to make a band. And all you did was teach them how to go get some cheesecake across the Brooklyn Bridge. Like, what? Let me finish reading this petty ass. I'm telling you, this letter is petty, y'all. Petty, petty, petty. Like, Sean. Sometimes you can't even call him Diddy or Puffy. You just gotta say his government. Listen here, Sean. Stop it. Oh, as you wait. Let me go back to the line because 50 petty. There hasn't been enough time for him to reform or make any adjustments, despite his trying to teach. The key word in this is trying to teach. Trying to teach a class in there. As you already are aware, the government, he don't brought the government into it, child. Now, mind you, y'all, the government is shut down. This came in, this letter I'm reading dropped yesterday. So it came in after the government shut down. Okay? This is how petty 50 is. As you already are aware, the government has spent the maximum amount of money deploying the federal agents. 50 Cent don't brought the agents into a child. You can't make this up. You can't. He's using everything that's going on with the shutdown and everything that's going on with y'all president, with him deploying people to go to Chicago and go to all these cities. He don't put it in this letter. Yeah, if you took, this is what I'm saying. 50 Cent is like some type of diabolical, evil genius, pinky in the brain. Like, you have to be, in order for you, you have to, this is my type of petty though. This is why I can laugh with it. I'm not finished reading the letter. I have to throw the tablet because it's like 50. Did you just bring the federal government and the agencies into this? I know you lied, 50. 50 petty, y'all. Listen, I told y'all 50 was petty in my viral video, my viral reel, when he in with Meech and all of them, okay? Y'all thought I was playing when I did that reel, but that reel, I didn't even share it to nowhere but here. But it happened to be on Facebook. It happened to be on YouTube, somebody else's channel. My video went viral. Crazy. About 50 though, because this is the type of pettiness people just don't understand. So, let me go back to the government. As you already are aware, the government has spent the maximum amount of money deploying the federal agencies, which appear to be the Army. Not which appeared to be the Army. Why he couldn't just say the government has deployed the Army? Why he had to put all that special long worded language in there? 50 is diabolical. I love it. In 2 locations, see? Later, this is what he said, comma, later, his son, who is dealing with his own allegations. Now he don't brought the kids into it. He's as worse than Nicki and Cardi B, child. Now he's talking about King Combs' allegations. Now, let me tell y'all a little bit of backstory before I finish reading the letter. Y'all remember a couple of months ago in the summertime, King Combs did a diss track on Puffy, right? Puffy is going to bring said diss track up in this letter. This is how petty and genius he is. Because Puffy never really said nothing with King Combs after he did that. He never clapped back. And I was waiting like, maybe he'll do it another time. Maybe he's too busy. But let me tell you something. When you are the king of petty and you are rich, like 50 Cent, you're never too busy to clap back, okay? It's just the timing of it all. Now, let's get back to what he said about the son. His son, who is dealing with his own R allegation, claims the feds had hit the wrong house. Remember in the song? He said, King Combs said, y'all thought something about how y'all thought y'all was smart. Y'all hit the wrong house. It was the house next door. Everybody was talking about that one bar because it's like, even if they did hit the wrong house, right? Why would you first of all, this is the problem with rappers. Some of y'all, not everybody. Y'all might get away with something, right? Because y'all rappers. Y'all might get away with something. Or y'all think y'all got away with something. And then y'all go and put it in the rhyme. Why? Everybody, even down to Joe Budden said that bar is going to come back and bite him in the behind. Because even if the feds hit the wrong house, let's just say they did for entertainment purposes. Let's just say they hit the wrong house, which I heard allegedly the feds hit the wrong house. They were supposed to hit the next house next door. Why would you then remind them while your father's in jail fighting a case? Why would you do that? Do you know the feds can call in and get a warrant to go in the right house? Do you know that there are probably feds right now in my live stream? Do you know the feds have accounts and they know who to watch on Instagram, Twitter, all social media? The feds is everywhere. They have ears everywhere. Why would, and see, it wasn't like the story didn't go viral. As soon as he did it, everybody was talking about it. And we was like, well, how dumb do you have to be to let the feds know in your rap, because you thought it was a hot bar? Why would you say that? Why would you go and say that? And if I'm Diddy, when you come to visit me, right, or when I have a call, right, and you're right there during my call to y'all and I talk to the family from behind said bars, I would have to hurt you. It would have to be a special call just for you, King Combs, because you need to be on punishment like until you like 50. Because that right there didn't make no sense to nobody, especially me. That your father is fighting a case. One. Two, you have your own problems. You don't want to rap about that? Matter of fact, don't rap about it because you talk too damn much. Like, you didn't think to say, well, you know what? I'm not going to rap about that because that just doesn't seem rappable. Like, are you crazy? I don't know why my phone keeps going up and down. Y'all hear me? It keeps going up and down. I don't know what's going on with my phone right now. I should have went live on the tablet because my phone been messing up lately. Okay, y'all can hear me, right? Let's see. See? It keeps like scrolling down. Why does it keep doing that? Y'all can hear me? See, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay. All right, because it keeps going down. Maybe that's just for the ringer. I don't know. But my thing is with King Combs, why would you then go and write a song? Like, what are you writing about? Like, what are you doing? Like, you didn't have. Here's the thing that I didn't like. Here's the thing I didn't like before I finish, because the letter gets pettier. 50 Cent needs to just drop an album. Okay, thank you so much. But the letter's not even finished, y'all. I'm just stuck on the King Combs part because I never understood why he wrote a song. Okay, because your 50 Cent was clowning your father. You know how they used to say back in the day, and I still say it to this day, kids to stay out of grown folks' business. That's You a kid. King Combs, I understand that you're an adult, But you should have stayed out of your father's business with 50, knowing how 50 is. And I understand your feelings was hurt, and maybe you needed to like be. He comes off to me like he needs to be in the spotlight a little bit. Like he needs to be. I don't know, y'all. It's weird. Like the song was okay. Like it didn't even hit Billboard. So and you didn't even drop an album. So what was the point in you writing a diss track? One, two, to let the feds know that they hit the wrong house. Like what type of like your father may be some sort of a genius, and no, I'm using the air quotes, but you're not, because if you was, and first of all, you're not that bright, because I would have never did that. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, oh, my feelings are so hurt. I gotta go write a hot diss track right now about 50. I gotta do it. No, you don't. You could have waited. You could have waited. Nobody knew that they hit the wrong house until you confirmed it. People speculated, but nobody knew that. Nobody knew. You had to let everybody know that. That didn't make no type of sense. It was just out of the blue, you drop an album. Like, I mean, you drop a hot song. It didn't go to an album. It wasn't part of a soundtrack. It just was like, you just had to say something to get your rocks off on 50. Meanwhile, 50 is laughing because here's the thing. Remember the a couple of months ago with the court, and Diddy got acquitted of the RICO and everything like that. Right now, they trying to charge him for the Mann Act, but he got acquitted for the RICO. Remember when I came to y'all and I told y'all, why are they out there celebrating? His kids was out in front of the courthouse doing push-ups and high-fiving the people, them, and all of the things. Yeah, my father's gonna be free. No, he's not. No. And here's my thing. I understand that everybody's grown, right? I get it. Everybody's grown. Y'all was out there damn near kissing babies when y'all thought he was gonna be coming home. When you thought. Once he didn't walk out the courtroom, I didn't understand why y'all was even out there jumping and doing jumping jacks and high-fiving the people. Be regular like you was when you was walking in the courtroom. Y'all wasn't saying hi to nobody. Y'all was just smiling and walking into the courtroom and smiling and coming out the courtroom, getting right in your car and you leaving. Y'all wasn't high-fiving nobody. Y'all didn't give no interviews. Y'all wasn't doing nothing. So why that day? Because y'all thought he beat the RICO. He didn't step out of the courtroom. The judge never banged the gavel and said, your father is free. Here's why we're here today. Because he was still in jail, even though he was trying to get out. But he's still locked up. They won't let him out. And I'm going to keep it real with y'all. He's going to get like at least 5 years. I told y'all that. I've been telling y'all that since this court case started. I believe Puffy is going to get a 3 to 5, and he might do the 3 and get out on good behavior if he keeps up with whatever teachings he's doing inside and mentoring the gang members. Like, are you serious? But and yet your son lets everybody know they hit the wrong house and all of that. So this is why 50 Cent is a genius. Because I'm not going to clap back. I'm going to take my time with you and slow walk the door, because we already know 50 Cent is petty towards his own son, Marquise. So I don't even understand why you thought you was going to say his name in a song and then he wasn't going to say nothing back. I didn't understand that. Thank you so much. Hey, Z. But I don't understand the like, King Combs got to be like slow. And then on top of that, my alarm is going off. It's 2:30, and they still ain't come back with a verdict yet. But yeah, King Combs is some type of foolish. He's got to be foolish. And if you thought that 50 Cent was just gonna let you slide with doing a diss track and not saying nothing, you are sadly mistaken. Because 50 Cent with this letter, he showed me he had time. Because this letter is funny as shit. I'm sorry if you did not go and read the letter. I'm reading the letter and breaking down every line because every line is hella funny. He don't talk about the government in the letter. Okay? So let's go back to what he said about the son having his own allegations. Then, okay, who's dealing with his own allegations, claims that the feds hit the wrong house. Karma. Anyway, this is what 50 Cent said. Karma, like a karma. Anyway, this is the letter that he wrote to the judge. This letter is funny. Diddy is only going to return to hire more male escorts, not female. He got right to the males. Not okay. He's only gonna hire more male escorts. What else to say down here, yo? 50 Cent is diabolical. He's only gonna hire more male sex workers and keeping most of the baby oil from the general public. He's only going to hire more male workers and keeping all the baby oil from the general public. 50. Like, when I tell you this man got time, him got time. The babies needed. This is what he said. The babies needed. Now this line right here, this is the last line of the whole letter. My Netflix doc, this scandalous subject is coming soon. Done. Because people, yo, first of all, he brought up the government and he said the government been spending too much money deploying soldiers and sending them to certain cities. That was one. Then he brought up how the feds hit the wrong house because his son said so, and his son got their own allegations. Like, then at the end, he kissed you goodnight, and because the public was asking, when is 50 Cent going to drop this documentary? Maybe he's not going to do it. Maybe he's too busy. Like I said, he's never too busy for pettiness. When you're rich and petty, you just have time. So at the end, he lets you know, I'm still dropping the doc, and it's called this, and it's coming soon to Netflix. I'm going to let you know where it's going to be, what it's about, and it's coming soon. That's all you need to know. And see, he wrote this letter knowing that the public and the blogs was going to get into it. And I like this type of petty. I'm flabbergasted. When I tell you, coming soon was the kiss goodnight to Puffy's whole career. Like, by the time you get out, we not. What you gonna do? Yo, Z, when I tell you that this man is petty, king of all petties, like, he has time. Like, you so rich and doing all these shows. You know he's extra petty when he doesn't even promote his show that's on Stars. He's not even promoting BMF because he's not messing with Little Meech and the father. He's not even promoting it. He didn't even promote it when it was on. And he's still not promoting. I think they got like one more season. When your employer who employed you to act in his sitcom is not promoting it no more, he's really not fucking with you. And you're the star of said show, he's really not fucking with you. And when this same person is so petty to disrespect his son in the public eye and post it on his own page on IG, like, he's just a person you just don't, just leave it alone. Don't say nothing. Just leave him alone. Why you think Rick Ross will say something to 50 and then he'll back off of him? That's how petty 50 Cent is. 50 Cent likes to, again, he likes the blogs to pick up things that he puts on his page because he knows everything that he says they're going to pick up. Plus, he wrote the letter because he knows his baby mother wrote a letter. So if she's over there writing letters and Carisha's over there writing letters, I'm gonna write a letter too. Everybody writing letters now. We all gonna write letters. Yeah. Yes, I will. But it's crazy. It is. I'm just waiting for the verdict. Lauren Horosa from the Breakfast Club is down there. I know Amar Wiggins is down there. I know Tisa Tells is down there. I think Amar is still live down there. I know Tisa Tells was live a few minutes ago, but the verdict ain't coming yet. I think Puffy's gonna get a 3 to 5. I've been saying it for the longest. You got the victims writing letters. Cassie don't wrote a letter. The stylist don't wrote a letter, and he did an interview with CBS. So, and then you got 50 Cent, who's a businessman, that said he feared for his life for 20 years because of you. Not many men. Not many men feared for his life. We all just gonna write letters. I'm gonna write one too. because, because everybody, and then you got your own lawyer standing in courtroom crying when allegedly she's a victim herself. I, I, I heard everybody was in there crying, especially when he showed the little. This is why he did it though. When he showed Kim Porter's video in court and how they was all in love, booed up, and all of the things. So everybody was in there crying. Amar Wiggins said he cried too when King Combs got up and was trying to take up for his father. Everybody was in there crying. So it wasn't like the lawyer was only in there crying. They said King Combs cried, the kids was back there crying, the mother was back there crying, everybody was just crying. And that's because you used Kim Porter. Even after her death, you're still using that lady like to try to save your life right now for a life that you could not save yourself because allegedly you took hers, but this is all alleged. Like I don't come for me. I don't understand what is going on here. I don't get it. It's like real bizarre. I find it to be funny that they had this court case on a Friday. I'm just saying because y'all could have had his sentence in any other day. Y'all had it on a Friday for a reason. Okay? You know, I always feel like when it comes to the world, we are on a stage, and I find it funny. The government gets shut down on the first. Mayor Adams talking about he's not running for the third term to be the mayor of New York City. You got Nicki Minaj and them over there fighting. You got JT over there fighting Santana. All of that to me, all of them seem like a distraction. You got 50 Cent going at Jay-Z and Des Perez and Rock Nation. It's just a lot of things that I need to talk about that I'm not going to do on this live. But I just find everything to be a distraction. It's a distraction. Because y'all could have did this and put him and locked him up yesterday. Because what? In a minute, he's going to have a full year underneath his belt and some change. So like I said, he's going to do probably a 3 to 5. Because like Lawyer for Works was discussing how, now I remember when I told y'all, the guy from Abercrombie and Fish and Diddy have the same charges. Almost the same charges. They went to court and got locked up damn near the same day. But Abercrombie and Fish guy, we ain't hear from him since. We ain't heard nothing about the case. We haven't heard anything. And if we talking about the Mann Act, the Mann Act is hiring sex workers and I guess traveling, transporting them across state lines and things of that nature, trafficking. How much y'all think y'all gonna give this man for sex trafficking? 10 years? I'm just saying. Because you have the sex workers saying, yeah, he paid for us to come, but not one of them got up there and said, oh, he put a pow pow to my head and made me come. Or, yeah, I was kidnapped. You didn't hear nobody say that. So if the lawyer, another lawyer is just looking at this case and being like, well, how long y'all think y'all gonna give him? Because they trying to give him more than 10 years for the Mann Act, and nobody else caught none of these charges. Now you know these rappers, these entertainers be flying these girls in and out all the time. Regular dudes do it. So now because it's Puffy, he gets. If we just talking about that, because at one point they said this is not a domestic violence case. So if we take that off the table, being that y'all said this is not a domestic violence case and how he did everybody, all the victims, and beat them up and all of the things of that nature. Okay. So now y'all just got the Mann Act on the table, that means. So how long y'all think y'all gonna give that man? Right and wrong is wrong, and Puffy is dead wrong. And he needs to be there for more than a year. Maybe 2 years, max. But anything after that, if he doesn't catch another charge in jail, I don't see why he can't come home and fight the rest of his cases. Because see, the guy from Abercrombie and Fish ain't spending one night in jail. And that was another thing I didn't understand. They didn't give Diddy no bond. He was putting $500,000 on the table, plus all his passports and his family's passports. Why y'all didn't give him no bond again? And he got denied bond more than 3 times. Why? You know why? Because now all these other cases is popping up, right? All of these other cases is popping up. And y'all are trying to stick him with something because this is how bad y'all want him. Then you got Trump firing the DA who was originally on the case and put a new DA in there because he feels like she didn't do her job and Diddy didn't go down for the RICO. So now it's like, oh, he didn't go down for the RICO, so then you're out of here. Here's the thing about that. The last DA, the female DA that was on this case when this case first started, Trump has a history of doing this because he did it to her father too, years ago. And if you follow, is a pattern with, you know what I'm saying? He did it to her father years ago and got him fired. So it's like, if you don't do what I say, all bets is off with that man. Anyway, but allegedly, let me say allegedly right now, don't come for me, my bonnet, my sippy cups. Just don't come because I ain't got nothing for you. I'm going to tell you to your face. But I guess they trying to hold Diddy on some type of charge, some type of evidence, and they're trying to get that evidence or whatever. But it's like it's not coming. It's not the evidence is not coming fast enough for them. Now he has other cases that keep dropping since he's been in jail. But I guess to give them enough time, this is how the government works, allegedly, to give them enough time to gather all the evidence for those cases so they can, instead of retrialing him, because Diddy wants a retrial, but they don't want to do that. Because if they do that, he already beat the RICO. Then that means he might beat everything and walk free. So now, if we try to go, let's say we go, you know how you sue somebody and you say, well, I'm going to sue them for $1 million, but you know you're not going to get the $1 million. You're probably going to get like 500K, and that's it. You go for the max and then you hit a certain point. So I guess they figure if we go for 10 years plus, he'll probably get like 6, give us time to work these other cases, and then we can stick him on those other cases, and then we can hit him with the next court trial that comes up while he's in jail, basically. And my thing is, I don't know. But I feel like they're not gonna get Puffy on nothing. I need to do this cut real quick. But I feel like they're not gonna get him the way they want to get him. If he beat the Rico, which was crazy because they're trying to hit everybody with a Rico now. Like that's their big word now. Everybody get a Rico. You get a Rico. You'll get a Rico. You'll get a Rico. Everybody is not qualified for the Rico. So I don't even understand why they be trying to give everybody a Rico charge. But we will see. But I think he's going to get a 3 to 5. They're going to work those other cases that they got, those new cases that are coming in, all the allegations that are coming in with the new victims. They're going to work those cases. They're going to have time to work those cases and build a solid case with those cases. And then they're going to drag him back to court out of his jail cell. And then boom, that's where they'll hit him with the 15 years and all of that after he don't did like 2, 3 years. Then they'll hit him with like 15, 20 years like that. I don't think he's gonna. I don't know the way that everything is going, and the way that he milked it today in court. I don't know. He might walk. Who's to say he might not walk today? Because they said he milked it. They said he milked it. Had everybody in there crying. He got up. He spoke for himself. He was crying. The son was crying. Everybody was crying in court today. So he might get out. He might walk free today. I'm not putting nothing past nothing no more when it comes to this case because from the moment they was trying to give him all those years, I already once he didn't get the RICO charge, to me it was like, all right, y'all trying. Y'all didn't build a strong enough case for him. Y'all thought Cassie was gonna come through in the clutch and bring it home for y'all, and that's not what happened. And now y'all trying any way to try to stick him with these other allegations. But y'all want to put him back in jail because y'all really don't want Puffy on the street while y'all trying to work these other cases. Because then victims might, not be victims no more, or evidence might disappear, or people allegedly might disappear. Listen, they don't want to work this case while he's on the street. Or they don't want to work this case while he's a free man with a passport and a private plane. The man owns his own plane. So let's say he walks today and he leaves court with his family. He's free to go anywhere. Unless the judge say, we're going to let you free and we're going to give you an ankle monitor because you have other cases coming in and you're on house arrest, so those other cases are done. Now, if the judge is going to let him free, that's what the judge would say. Listen, you're free today, but you can, when you go out the courtroom, make a right and go get your ankle monitor because you can't go you can only go from New York City to LA. Now what? Those 2 cities, and that's it. And I say those 2 cities because he got family in those 2 cities. Plus, he has businesses in those 2 cities. Other than that, you shouldn't be able to go nowhere else. You shouldn't be able to go out of the country. And truth be told, he don't need his passport to go to LA. He don't. So let's see what the judge says because this case can go either way to me. He can either walk free with an ankle monitor until all these other cases are resolved, or they'll probably try to give him a 3 to 5 so they can work those other cases just for he won't have to be on the street while they work those cases. Because, like I said, people can just start disappearing. Things can disappear. People can disappear. Anything can disappear. Evidence can start disappearing. People can start getting paid off allegedly. Like, this is the power this type of man has. And being that y'all didn't want to let him out on bond because y'all was afraid of that. That was one of the reasons why the judge didn't let him out on bond because he was a danger to his community. And y'all didn't want things to start happening so y'all can't build a case on him. So we will see what's going on with this whole Puffy thing. That letter was everything. 50 Cent is the king of petties. I know I'm Queen Petty, but 50 Cent is like right there. He's right there. He is right there. And when you are rich and petty. It takes your petty to another level. Okay, it takes your petty to a whole nother level, and that is 50 Cent for me. He's on a whole nother level of petty. So we will see. Maybe I'll come back when we get the breaking news. But let me see if there's any news on here. I haven't seen nothing yet that says, that he's getting off or whatever. I haven't seen nothing yet. But let me just go and see. Maybe, it might be an update that I don't know nothing about. But yeah, he's King Petty. He's King Petty. He is King Petty. King Petty. King of all kings of the petties. But Luana LaRosa said the judge is showing no sympathy for Diddy. Diddy's children break down in court. Yeah, everybody's saying that the kids broke down in court.
First few hours, it feels like Diddy's about to get the book thrown at him, if I'm being honest with y'all. Like, I think, there's a lot of things to take into consideration here. I think the fact that the judge says, hey, even though he was acquitted of, all those things that relate to that RICO and everything that he didn't get hit with charge-wise or didn't stick, you can consider that when having a conversation about certain things moving forward, as we're talking about sentencing, because the judge's point was we wouldn't have ended up here at prostitution if it wasn't for certain things that had to do with some of the charges he was acquitted. Point being, they talked a lot about the force, the coercion, the fear that they, are saying that Diddy and put into these women and put into Jane and put into Cassie, which made them do things they did not want to do. The judge specifically mentioned Diddy.
So basically, they're talking about how he put fear into the community and all of the things, and it's just crazy. Quincy spoke first. Quincy's the one that spoke, the oldest of the kids. Told the judge that that Diddy is a changed man. He said, we are going to love him through this and through his struggle, but in front of you is a changed man, and also added, our Father will never do anything to jeopardize his freedom. What that read to me is, you saying that your father is a changed man. You didn't say that your father didn't do it. You didn't say anything. How that read was, your father did it, and now he's a changed man, and he's begging for his life, and he's using your kids to do that. That's how that came off to me, Quincy. Let's go to the next one. Justin spoke next and said, I'm asking that you give my father a second chance at life, a second chance at the right to right his wrongs. What that read off to me is, your father was wrong. He know he was wrong, and the whole world know now that he was wrong, and now he needs a second chance because he's a changed man. Then Delilah and Jesse spoke, which is the twins, broke down as they spoke individually, pleading for the judge to release their father. Jesse said, we know he isn't perfect and he has made many mistakes. We aren't here to excuse any of those mistakes. But, Your Honor, he is still our dad and we still need him present in our lives. What that read off to me just now is, yes, he's made mistakes. We are here for those mistakes. You jailed him for those mistakes, and he's a changed man, and we need our father because we only have our father because he's the only parent that's alive, and that's what that sounds like to me when it comes to the twigs. Yeah, it's just crazy. So that was the twins. Let's go to the next one. No, we still on the twins. Delilah cried as she said, we are scared. Scared of the thought of not having our dad. Our mom present. We are scared to not having our dad and our mom present in our lives. We are scared for the 2-year-old sister that runs to us every night and asks, where's my dad at? We cannot watch our baby sister grow up fatherless the same way we had to grow up motherless. Now you know he using these kids, child. You know, I'm telling you, he is using these kids to the fifth power. And I'm gonna tell you this. Puffy is so controlling. He probably told everybody what to say the night before on the phone call, child. And let me tell you what Delilah said that really like got it really pinched the nerve. But see, these statements that they're saying, they're meant to pull on your heartstrings. We're scared to not having our father and mother present in our lives. Here's the tea, Delilah. No disrespect to the kids, but you will never have your mother physically in your life because she's gone with the angels. So I'm not trying to be like mean, but that line right there is like bow. Like what? Now your father, and I'm gonna tell you what that line says to me as a judge when you reading it to me, and I'm the one that have to make the ruling on how many years if he should be a free man or not. When you said that line right there, your mother passed away how many years ago? So, and I've been saying this in all of my lives. I've been saying this in all of my lives. If your mother passed away all those years ago, Puffy had a chance to turn his life around as the only parent in y'all lives. Why didn't he turn his life around? Why he kept going doing the things that he was doing to the victims? Why? As a judge, if I'm listening to this and y'all talking, if they are talking to me, I'm like, oh yeah. I'm not gonna show it on my face because now everybody's crying in court and the judge doesn't really have to. The judge is supposed to be no signal, no nothing. So that means he can't really show no emotion. But if I'm reading this right and I'm the judge, it's like, girl, like, are you serious right now? I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to feel about that line either because that line is crazy. Let me go back to it because that line was like, are you serious right now? Ew. Let's see what a lawyer for work got to say. Hold on.
And it is not easy. The defense is saying give him time served. He transported consensual adults to have commercial sex.
Exactly.
The government says, yeah, but there's all these enhancements under the federal sentencing guidelines, and he didn't just transport adults to have consensual sex. He used fraud, coercion, threats. He knew these were particularly vulnerable victims. The defense comes back, hey, wait a minute. Didn't you put him on trial for that? Didn't you say that he used fraud and threats and force and coercion to force people into commercial sex? And didn't the jury come back and say not guilty? What is with these sentencing guidelines enhancements? Well, it's like splitting hairs. And truly, it's a lesson in just how much latitude prosecutors have to charge, how much latitude rich defendants have to go buy expensive lawyers to argue, and how much latitude the federal government has to take your liberty, because it's not black and white. And it's actually not as easy as, wait, I thought the jury said no force, no coercion, consensual sex. Shouldn't he walk? Because the devil is in the details, folks. And today, in this court, we are going to see what kind of justice the United States of America metes out. And I encourage everybody to go read the papers, understand the case, and look at how the system works.
I'm telling y'all. They're about to try and flip it, and this is why I said this court case can go either way. It can go either way because they are really about to try and flip it on y'all. Because how is it that y'all saying this, and he got off Puerto Rico and off on this, but now y'all trying to stick it to him because y'all want him to remain in jail so y'all can build up a case. I just told y'all that. Y'all have a whole lawyer speaking to y'all on this tablet. He just told y'all the same thing. Shout out to Lawyer for Work because that's the homie. But to me, as a citizen that's not into law, common sense, why is he not going home? If he does not go home today, why? Because now y'all trying to have all these hidden agendas. And this is why people should really read the documents, because I understand what y'all saying in the documents, but now y'all trying to come back and flip it. And that's the problem. That's the problem that I have. They're trying to come back and flip it now. And it doesn't make no sense. Diddy's team says his up and coming appearance is not a speaking engagement, but healing. Lord Jesus. So now you have the people from the press there. October the 6th is not a speaking engagement. It is that people realize he is different. He can speak about drugs, about putting hands on women, but he can change people's lives. It is not a speaking engagement. It is healing. Now, that is the guy writing on X from the Inner City Press. That's what the Inner City Press that said on Twitter. Child, I'm trying to tell y'all. Mr. Combs has booked a speaking engagement for Miami for next week. Here's the thing. I'm sorry. That is the most cockiest thing I've ever heard. You're on trial. We didn't even give you a speaking, we didn't even give you a date to walk. But yet you already booking speaking engagements. Do y'all remember when I came here and told y'all that his lawyer said that Diddy will be back in Madison Square Garden on stage? And we all found that to be strange. Like, how do you know that, sir, if he was still in court? This is when the trial is going on. Like, what are you talking about right now? He's in jail, sir. You are one of the lawyers. What are you talking about? And then he tried to flip it in the interview and say, no, but what I'm saying is I can see him back on the stage in Madison. No, 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 no. No. Y'all planning something over there. Y'all are trying to stir the pot. How is it that this man has a speaking engagement in Miami for next week? And the judge ain't even banged his gavel on the case yet. How dare you, sir? Like, what are you talking about? He did this for 15 years. He was responsible for transporting many escorts. That's a lot. That's a lot of freak offs and a lot of hotel nights. He knew it was illegal. Now that's the same guy from the Inner City Press. Shout out to him. He's on Twitter giving y'all the play by play. But how dare you, sir? You got a speaking engagement in Miami? If I'm the judge and I go to my phone and I see that you said, wait a minute, did your lawyer, did y'all just tweet that this man have a speaking engagement and I didn't even bang my gavel? I'm going to bang my gavel on you not even going to the speaking engagement because you're funny. Y'all been trying to say that this judge is racist. Y'all been trying to say all the things about this judge. And I'm talking about the defense. And y'all putting out all these weird stories about the judge. You gonna tell me? How does the Inner City Press know that he has a speaking engagement in Miami? How does he know what the topic is? Somebody has to tell him, right? In order for the neighborhood talk, shout out to the neighborhood talk, in order for the neighborhood talk to post this. This is on Twitter. This happened on Twitter a few moments ago. You have a speaking in what? You going where? To do what, Puffy? No, how about I bang this gavel and you go eat whatever they got serving in that prison? How about that? That is weird. That's the most cockiest shit. It's like he knows he's getting off. That's what you're trying to scream to the public. I'm getting off. Like, come on. Like, Puffy. Like, come on now. I'm getting off. It's screaming, I'm getting off. It's just weird to me, yo. It's very weird. I'm trying to go back to the statement. Orion Dane is sitting up there. Now she's criticizing. One must criticize, ask how he was able to help so many lives. The record reflects that he spent decades, I'm sorry, he spent decades doing this to artists of he deprives the artists of their publishing rights for years and royalty and brand deals. This is Aubrey O'Dane talking. Now she's on Twitter because she's trying to ask how is it that Diddy helped teach somebody. He only gave back a couple of people they publishing, and the only reason why he gave back a couple of people of they publishing because he knew this court case was coming up. So I believe the publishing came with a guideline to not appear in court because none of those people appeared in court that he gave their publishing back to. Anywho, he literally used and abused among his artists as as a press tool to gain sympathy from his audience, likely after knowing he was in trouble. I agree. I told you this before. Everything was exposed. All of the artists that are responsible for building the legs of his legacy were not given their catalogs. I told y'all that now just a few minutes ago too. And this is my first time reading this because this is happening in real time on Twitter right now. Of they publishing back out signing a full release protecting him from today. Didn't I tell y'all it came with some type of protection? If I give you this, you can't go on the stand. You can't talk about this. According to the contract that was sent to me, because she too was sent a contract, but I don't believe she signed it because Aubrey O'Dane is waiting for all of this to blow over because word on the street is she fitting to drop a book. Honey, a tell-all, allegedly. Mr. Combs is now. This is the inner city press. Combs is just a man. He's made some mistakes. He has flaws like we all do. But how many of us can say that we've helped so many lives, countless lives? He's been in jail. He's remorseful. I spend every day speaking with him. This is Inner City Press talking on Twitter that I'm reading right now, and this is who Aubrey was talking to, and that's why she said, "How did he change many lives?" I was one of the lives. He ain't changed nothing. He made my life a living hell, basically. Like, what are you talking about? Let me read that last line again. He's been in jail, and he's remorseful. I spent I I I spend every day, keyword, every day, speaking with him. What the hell y'all speak about every day? And you part of the press on Twitter. I don't even want to say what I'm thinking because I don't want nobody to come for me. But how did you spend every day speaking to him, sir? Here's the thing. So you trying to tell me you went to go visit this man every day, or he was calling you on the back phone every day? Because see, he don't have to go see him. He said he spent every day talking to him, and he's remorseful. That's what got me. Then he says, so Aubrey put up the picture, and then she said, treat a treat treat like a queen, and then she posted the picture of Puffy dragging Cassie down the alleged hotel hallway, right? So the inner city press says King Combs, he told me to treat women like the queen I do. I see in his eyes, in his twins' eyes, that he has changed. This is why I be liking to break some sentences down and I read it very slowly. I'm not slow. I comprehend very well. So let me read that line again. I see in his eyes, now he's talking about Christian Combs, told me to treat women like the queen, and I do. I see in his eyes and the twins' eyes, he has changed. And I guess he was like saying what the kids was saying. But King Combs, this is what they all said in court, basically. This is what the inner city press is saying. This is what they said in court. But here's the thing, King Combs. If your father told you, right, to treat women like queens, right, how did you get a case on your own? How did you get your own very allegations if you treated the queens like the? I, I'm tongue tied. I'm tongue tied. I'm trying to understand what's going on. Justin Combs, he says, I talk to my father every day and every other hour. You want us to believe that you talk to your father every day and every other hour? Okay, maybe. I'm King Combs. I'm the one who most resembles my pops. We know my mannerisms. See, here we go. Here we go. My mannerisms, my whole life, I studied my dad up and down. He is the greatest man in the world, my superhero. Okay, King Combs, now we can see how you caught your case because if you studied him up and down and he's here in court, in jail, we already know where your case is fitting to go. But anywho, let's go back to Christian Combs. He told me to treat women like the queens. Da, 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 da. We already read that part. I'm Jesse Combs. I am 18 years old. Starts crying. When my mother died, I was just a little girl. I remember my dad sitting us down. Okay, and he told y'all what happened to y'all mother and things of that nature. When I talk about using your kids on this diabolical level, like, it's just insane to me. It's insane to me. It really is. Let's see what another attorney has to say.
The recommended sentencing range that probation has recommended, which is between 70 and 87 months. He can go higher than that. The government wants it to be 135 months. He can certainly go lower. But Diddy's team wants 24 months. You're not going to go from 70 months from 24. That's just not going to happen. So stay tuned. I'll be back after it's all done today to announce what the ruling was, what the sentence is going to be. There was a lot of tears. Head to my YouTube channel to see the video that was just...
So the ruling is not out yet, y'all. The ruling is not out yet, but it's diabolical at this point. Like it's crazy. And I've been saying this, and I've been saying this, and I've been saying this. I don't want to choose them to talk to y'all because they got Diddy crying in court. Look at his little sketch. You see how they sketched him all so well with the white gray hair? He crying in court. I told y'all he was in there crying, child. I got somebody outside. They telling me everything. But it's just crazy to me. It's just mayhem for me. Like I said, it can go either way. It can go either way. But for you to sit up there and basically, well, I'm going to schedule a speaking engagement. I'm going to just schedule this speaking engagement. And it's for next week. Like, that's an insult to the judge at this point. That's just how I feel about it. Yeah, I'm not understanding. I'm really not understanding how you go to book a speaking engagement and you're locked up. And if I'm the judge, it's like, are you serious right now? They showing the look at Lawyer for Works. Lord Jesus, Lawyer for Works be having the only looks. I love that man. He does work in the Bronx. That's how I know Lawyer for Works. I've met him before. He's the coolest dude, like one of the coolest lawyers. If you want to ask some law advice or anything, he's one of those. And I really do really like him a lot. The judge acknowledged Diddy's children after they spoke. He said, "I know how hard it was to stand up here and tell me those things, but it's important for me to hear." So he's hearing them out. The judge is hearing everybody out, and whoever got something to say about this case, and all of the family members. I've noticed that his mother didn't stand up and speak. Did they let Gina speak, or was it just for the kids to speak because you wanted to use them? Of course, I wouldn't let Gina speak because Gina's wishy-washy. But your mother didn't speak, but your kids spoke. Your mother's in court. It's not like his mother's not in court, y'all. His mother is in court. So why you ain't let mommy speak? Mommy's best that knows you. She raised you, right? She birthed you, right? So why you couldn't let her speak? I don't get it. But I'm trying to see if there's any updates before I let y'all go because I have to finish working because it's definitely going down. I gotta finish working. Uh, my thing, yo, it is this weird to me, yo. Now, this is what the inner city press is saying. October 6th is for the speaking engagement. Okay, we know about that. Then the lawyer says, we ask, we asked if Sean to be able to have a 14th month sentencing. He has a full, he is taking full accountability. He's not using drugs, addicted to drugs, as a crutch. He is saying he wants to repair. He will never be a danger. He is a civil rights leader. This is his lawyer saying this. He is the civil rights leader got me. Was he a civil rights leader when he was leading those kids over the Brooklyn Bridge and treating them the way that he treated them on Making the Band season 1, 2, and 3? Or not even, was he a victim when he dragged Cassie down the hallway? Did you ever see Malcolm X, God bless his soul, did you ever see Malcolm X, drag a female down the hall? Did you see Martin Luther King ever drag a victim down the hallway or anywhere? Did you ever see them talk bad to anybody? But now all of a sudden y'all want us to believe that he is a civil rights leader? This is his lawyer, out his lawyer's mouth. Said that he's a civil rights leader and he is no longer a danger. I already know you lying right there. Listen, lawyers make the best liars. You are lying. And I know the judge is like, I gotta keep a straight face because there's no way in the world they want me to believe that this man is a civil rights leader. And we watched him drag Cassie. That the world watched him drag Cassie, drop kick her, drag her, and all of the things of that nature. He picked up a vase with flowers in it and threw it at the girl. And you, he hung somebody over a hotel balcony. Allegedly. All of these things are alleged. Listen, we've seen the video. So how was he all of a sudden a civil rights leader? That's is getting me. He's a civil rights leader. On occasions, he would hit the women he loved. He loved Mrs. Ventura. I have been with Sean more than my family since I've met him. He has taken responsibility. He would have pleaded guilty to the Mann Act, but they wouldn't offer that. So now his attorney said, I've been with Puffy since I've been hired, and I've spent more time with Puffy than my own family. Well, ain't that what lawyers do? Ain't that what lawyers do? Anywho, I'm just saying, y'all, this is crazy. I have been there when Sean has prayed for healing for anyone he has hurt. It is now 12 months and 17 days in jail. There are certain people who gain privilege if they hurt him. Basically saying whoever has tried to hurt him or whoever has hurt him, they had privilege. The guard stopped a man with a shank. He gets out of the bag of chips, a chip bag. So basically, remember when the pictures came out and Diddy was saying that people are trying to hurt him in jail and all of the things of that nature. That's one of the incidences that his lawyer is talking to the judge about. But it's just like, y'all want us to believe that this man, like, he's not a civil rights leader. I'm going to need them to stop this right now. Like, this stop. Like, this stop. But I guess I will come back. It's weird. He's not Malcolm X. He's not even like, are we serious? He's not Malcolm X. He's not Martin Luther King. He is Sean Diddy Combs who dragged Cassie down the hallway. We're not going to do this. We're not going to act like because he went to jail for 12 months that he's all of a sudden a changed man now. No, he's only a changed man in front of us because he needs to be let out of jail. He needs something from us now. So it's no way in the world I'm with 50. If y'all was here when I read 50 Cent's letter, it was crazy, diabolical, and on petty level of 1,000. He's nowhere, but I do agree with 50 when 50 said he is not reformed. It's like, stop it. Now he's a civil rights leader. Did you say that out your mouth? Did you disrespect our civil rights leaders that we have, that we known of, who died for the cause? Are you serious? He ain't like, now he's an angel. Now he does no wrong. And he helps stop gang violence in jails. And, he's teaching the people them inside of the jail. Well, you know what? Being that he's doing so good, I couldn't be the judge. I would bang the gavel right there. Being that he's so good in jail, we're just going to keep him there to stop the gang violence. Bang, 5 years. I could not. Are you serious? You want us to believe that this man from making a band, the same man that dragged Cassie down the hall, now is a civil rights leader. When did he become that? Because he wasn't even out there with Black Lives Matter. Like, did you ever see him in a Black Lives Matter shirt? No, I don't remember that. I seen him in a Rock the Vote shirt when he was over there trying to rock the vote. But we didn't see him in no Black Lives Matter march. We didn't see him stick up for police brutality. We seen him get the key to the city from Mayor Adams. And we already know how we feel about Mayor Adams in New York City. How you out here giving out keys to criminals? Like, stop this already. Please stop. Like this got to stop. This insane imagination. Y'all want us to forget all of the things that Puffy has ever done or we ever heard about him. Anything alleged. How many alleged stories is going to add up to the truth? Like, they couldn't have me in court. I could not be a DA or anything of that. I couldn't be the DA. I couldn't be a victim. I couldn't be the judge. It's just a couple of things that I just can't be. I couldn't even be the bailiff. Because I would have to start laughing when the lawyer gets up and says, he's a civil rights leader. Like, bitch, I know you fucking lying. Like, what? And then you got your lawyer there crying because she's a victim. Because everybody's crying, so everybody is a tear jerker because they showed Kim Porter's video. And that would be the only thing that will make me cry. But whatever the kids say, yes, y'all miss your father. Yes, he's the only parent in your lives. But Kim died when, and your father is here? I'm sorry. When was he thinking about changing his life? When he got in jail. When did he become this changed man? When he got in jail. He didn't become this changed man after Kim Porter's death. No, he kept going. He didn't come a changed man then, and you want me to believe that he's a changed man now? I don't think so. I don't think so. That's why I said I couldn't be the judge. I could not be the judge. I would be laughing. And I would not want to laugh in his kids' faces because it's not his kids' fault because he is the parent. He is the adult. But when your child, the one that has his own allegations, gets up and says he knows your mannerisms and he taught me to be this way and that way, I got to ponder on that because you got your own thing going on. So that's how he taught you. So he's breeding future criminals. That's what I'm just saying. Maybe not the girls, maybe not Quincy, but Justin and King Combs, I know you better lie. They got their own thing going on. They have their own cases going on. So when they say they look up to their dad, we know. Oh, he taught us how to treat women. We know. He did this to us and he told us to treat women like queens. Well, you didn't listen. He didn't listen. Because obviously he wouldn't have been dragging Cassie down the hallway. And if that's how your father treats a queen, I can understand how you got your own alleged allegations. Because there's no way in the world you want me to believe you and believe that your father has changed within a short matter of time. There is prison reform, and I'm not trying to say that he needs to stay in there forever, but he needs to stay in there longer than what he's already there for. There is no way on the planet that y'all want the world to believe that he's this civil rights leader when people are still coming forward. Victims are still coming forward with stories. And I'm not talking about victims from this case right here, which is crazy to me, because when they saying this, here's the thing about this, and this is why I say it can go either way. Everybody watched the world and watched this trial. It was going viral. It was multiple days and X, Y, and Z. Why y'all still have victims coming out? Wouldn't the victims want to come forward while the case is active? Let me say it again, so I don't think y'all hear me. This story about Diddy in this trial has been going viral for months now, since the summertime. Y'all are still getting victims that are coming forward. Why they didn't come forward when the trial was going on? And this is why I say you can't believe everything that you see. And I'm not trying to say that I don't believe victims, because I believe you. If you have a story, and by all means bring the evidence. But y'all waited till the trial ended to still. You understand? If I'm a victim and I see on the news that Puffy is in jail, and I know he did something to me, and I know that the trial is still going on, I'm going to run barefooted to the courthouse. No matter where I live. I'm going to run barefooted and probably naked to the courthouse and tell my story and bust up in the courtroom in the whole 9 yards. You mean to tell me that he still has victims coming out, and the court case, the judge is about to bang the gavel maybe today, make a decision maybe today? Y'all waited for the whole trial to be over with? Wouldn't y'all want to come to the courthouse Why it's active? Oh my God, my abuser is on TV. He's in jail. Oh, is that a trial? Let me go and call the district attorney for New York City, is what I would have did as a victim. And I'm not trying to fault the victims. You come out whenever you feel like you want to tell your story. But it's no way in the world I'm going to wait for the biggest court case in entertainment to end to all of a sudden be like, all right, the case is almost over. Let me go call somebody. No, 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 no. And I understand they say the victims can come out whenever they feel like it. But see, here's the thing with people like Puffy. And if y'all so scared and y'all scared of the money that he has and the power that he has, why y'all didn't come out when the court case was active? When the trial was active, why y'all didn't come out then? And this is what I'm saying about I mean, I've heard of stranger things, but like I said, I'm not here to judge the victims, but there's no way in the world I'm going to wait till the judge damn near bangs his gavel to say, okay, I'm going to call the district attorney now because I'm a victim. There's no way. If I see another star is on the stand and she's pregnant and she was a victim like me and I hear about this court case, like I said, I'm going to run near and far barefooted to get there to tell my story. I'm just sorry. Even if I was scared before, I'm not scared now. He's behind bars. Yes, he has power, but he's behind bars, and everybody, this is the most watched court case on the internet, on YouTube, on the blogs, on Twitter, in the world. And I'm not going to go and say my story while it's active. Like I said, I seen Stranger Things, but it's just weird to me. And I don't understand. So with that being said, there are no, the judge didn't bang his gavel yet. There has not been a decision yet. I will come back live when there is a decision. Maybe I'll come back later on tonight and discuss everything. But for now, I'm going to have to say bye. Y'all tell me what y'all believe down in the comments. My name is Eve the Weave. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a happy Friday, YouTube. I got to go. Later.